Habits. Habits in the present. We can use different verb tenses to talk about present habits, actions that are repeated on a regular basis over a long period of time. The simple present is the most common tense. It is often used with adverbs of frequency, usually, sometimes, once a week, etc. I hardly ever go to the cinema these days. We use will or won't plus infinitive to talk about predictable or characteristic behavior, habits, and tendencies. I will watch TV before going to bed after a long day at work. We use the verb tend to talk about present habits, to show a tendency. I tend to go to the dentist at least once a month. We use keep plus verb plus ing to talk about repeated behavior which is regarded as negative. If you keep smoking in the house, I will look for another flatmate. We use present continuous plus always, forever, constantly to talk about habits. We use it to exaggerate or complain about something we find negative. You are always eating with your mouth open. Be used to plus ing is used to say that something is normal, not unusual. I'm used to living alone. Get used to plus ing shows that something is in the process of becoming normal. I'll get used to living in this country. I'm getting used to living on my own. Habits in the past. We use different tenses to talk about past events which we no longer do. We must state a difference between actions which are no longer true in the present and things we were accustomed to. Used to expresses that an activity was a past habit. It occurred at an earlier stage of life, but not now. It focuses on the habit, not duration or frequency. It can be used with both action verbs and state verbs. On Fridays, my parents used to take me to English classes. Habit, action verb. I didn't used to love English in those days. State, state verb. Used to plus infinitive should not be confused with be get used to plus gerund, ing verb. She used to live alone in a small town. It was true in the past, but not anymore. She was used to living alone in a small town. She was accustomed to it. She got used to living alone in a small town. She became accustomed to it. Would plus infinitive has a very similar meaning to used to. However, there is an important difference between would and used to. Used to can be used to talk about past states as well as past repeated actions and habits. But would is only used to talk about past habits. Would is not used to talk about past states. On Fridays, my parents used to take me to English classes. On Fridays, my parents would take me to English classes. I used to hate English classes in those days, but not I would hate English classes in those days.